We have the latest news and rumors for you folks today, and in this video, we're going to break it all down. We're going to talk about Levi Onwuzurike, his status, injury, what it means for the short term, long term, for the franchise, and his career. We're also going to be talking about Amon-Ra St. injury update, what he said. We're going to get into the Lions schedule, and CBS Sports listed 10 teams for Cam Akers, the running back from the Los Angeles Rams, get traded to, Lions being one of those teams. But before we get into today's video, if you think it's a smart and sound idea to insert a dart into a blowpipe, and when you blow, you forget to leave your finger at the end of the blowpipe, and then you go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because we talk all things Detroit Lions news and rumors. And sometimes, being a Lions fan, you can have a dart go through your hand and feel a lot of pain. Also, take that like button with you and let that bad boy get hit. Let's get into today's Lions rumors and news. That intro is an interesting one because it actually happened to me when I was 15 years old. My mom got me a blowpipe, inserted the dart, and I blew it. I forgot to leave my finger at the end of the blowpipe, resulting in the dart going completely through my finger, one end and the other, and it was gruesome to look at, I gotta say. But let's go ahead and get into the Lion stuff here. Update on Amon-Ra St. He says it was good, get the week off, get some rest, get some treatment back on. St. Brown said it feels better than it did last week, and we'll see what happens this week. Like I said, I'm getting better. Ankle sprains, they tend to linger. As long as I'm feeling a little bit better each day, I think I'll be fine. And that's going to be the situation for Amon-Ra St. How long is this thing going to linger? Should the Detroit Lions play him on Sunday versus the Dallas Cowboys? Personally, I say no. I want him to be fully healthy, and it is 100% correct that these things do linger. So just keep resting the guy. Let this guy be fully healthy when he does return. We don't need him to have injuries and continue to linger in the Dolphins game, the Packers game, the Chicago game. It just continues to go on that way. Rest him till it is 100%. That's my personal opinion. That's what I believe. Maybe you don't believe that, but that's what I would like to see. But it's good that he's starting to feel a little bit better for sure. So good for him. Folks, just like you seen in the last video, the goal here is to get to 26,600 subscribers. Now, we are 25 away. Just 25 subscribers away. So if you're watching this video and not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. 25, and we can get this thing happening and have a good time. Now, we're going to be talking about here Levi Onwuzurike. He is done for the season. And when it comes to Levi, about a week ago, had surgery on his back, Campbell said Monday. So he's out for the season. It's a last resort, but we felt like that was needed to go with, Dan Campbell said. Saw a number of doctors, and so we'll see where it goes. When asked if surgery could fix the issue so that it doesn't linger long term, Campbell was non-committal. Yeah, hopefully it helps. And that's not a good sign when you say, yeah, hopefully it helps. Now, there is multiple surgeries that could be for a patient with the spine. Now, this was mentioned as a disc injury. So the four most common disc surgeries are surgeries for herniated disc is discectomy, and that's during the surgery. Surgery removes damaged disc to relieve pressure to your nerves. It can perform surgeries in multiple ways. Open discectomy done to cut in your back and neck. And microdiscectomy is done through a smaller cut. Surgeon inserts a tube with a camera to remove the damaged disc. It could be lumbar laminotomy. Sometimes your surgeon will need to remove a small piece of bone called a lamina in the vertebrae. Lamina forms a cover that protects the spinal cord, removing part or helps surgeons get the herniated disc. It can also relieve pressure on your nerves. A laminotomy removes some of the lamina, and a lamina can remove some of the lamina as well. Spinal fusion, in which, folks, I have had a double neck spinal fusion. These are the worst, and I don't know, again, we don't know exactly what he had here. This is just the most common ones I'm giving you. This is where they fuse the spine together, and this, it definitely helps relieve the pain, but it is something that you're going to deal with forever and ever, and it will never improve. It will just remove the pain. I mean, the pain will improve, but it's not like your bone's going to get healthy or anything like that. It is good for people like myself who had a major spine surgery. But make no mistake, having surgery to a spine is correctly what Dan Campbell said, the last resort. You try to do everything else because it's pretty much irreversible at this point. Now it can feel good, and I must say, I feel much better, way improved. I was on Vicodin 5 times a day for 7 years up to my spinal surgery where I take nothing now. Every once in a while, I take a muscle relaxer or an ibuprofen. So it's relieved the pain. But you're now changed completely with the spinal fusion. I can only look up this far, and it depends where the issue is on his spine. We don't know if it's a fusion, if it's just removing disc, if it's what's going on here, but it's not good. Spinal surgery is not something that, hey, they're going to improve on. If I am Levi Onwuzurike's family, I would suggest potentially just maybe calling it a career, because you got to look at the longevity of the person. He's a bigger guy, over 300 pounds. He's having surgeries and spine surgeries this young at an age. That's not a good sign for the longevity of not just him as a NFL player, but the just longevity of him being when he's older. What is he going to be like when he's 50 years old, 60 years old? This is the type of thing that I had to contemplate. I had to get out of the Army. I had to stop doing construction work on the side and understand I need to lose a little bit of weight, as well as change diet and change how you work, and be careful because the spine is no joke, and each year it just gets worse. I have degenerative arthritis, spine disease, disc disease, all of that. And when you have spine, you can easily get degenerative arthritis in there. So it's, for him, I feel horrible for him. I absolutely do. I'm not mad at him at all for what's going on. I feel bad for him that he has to deal with this for a young man. Should the Detroit Lions trade for Cam Akers? Y for yes and for no. That's going to be the pinned comment for this video. Let me know what you think, because that is the next one here on the list. CBS Sports talked about the Lions trading for running back Cam Akers. I'm going to just give you my thoughts here in a minute, but this is what they said. For all DeAndre Swift talent, he is yet to stay healthy. Headlining Detroit's backfield, Dan Campbell's team is built to establish the run thanks to both personnel and coaching. Writer Cody Benjamin explained, Lions general manager Brad Holmes was Rams director of college scouting when Los Angeles drafted Akers, and assistant GM Ray Agnew is also the Rams in the front office. So who is Cam Akers? Well, he is a 5'10 running back, 217 pounds. He was drafted in 2020 in the second round, 20th pick. He's 23 years old. He is a young fella. What is his career stats? He's attempted 201 times for 779 yards, 3.9 average, and 3 touchdowns. Why is he getting traded? Well, according to Adam Schefter, it's because it's a scheme philosophy that's different between the team and them. Now, why would you even consider? Why would the Lions be even on this issue of trading for a running back? Well, it's because the Detroit Lions are affiliated with the Los Angeles Rams, and that's it. That's the reason why they put him on this list. I'm going to tell you, first off, I don't think the Lions are trading for him, and I don't think they should trade for him. If they're going to make a move, it's not the offense you need to address right now. FYI. It really isn't. We have good depth in the backfield. You have Craig Reynolds, okay? You have Jamal Williams. You have Justin Jackson. And DeAndre Swift is obviously part of it. And you have Jermar Jefferson on the practice squad. Our depth is good at running back. That is not a spot we need to address, and I am not willing to give up draft picks to trade for a running back in Cam Akers. Not going to do it, not happening. And I think CBS Sports should not even attempt to put the Lions on this list. I think that's not a sound and smart idea. I truly don't. I think the Lions need to focus. If they're to make a move, and you don't know if they're going to make a move for a trade, then it'd be defense. The defense is the problem. The defense is a major problem right now, not the running game. The running game is not a problem for the Lions. And the only problem we have in the running game is we need to run more. And that's more of Dan Campbell, Ben Johnson scheme and how they want to operate a play calling. It has nothing to do with anything else. Now, we thought the Detroit Lions schedule was going to be easy, right? We thought it was going to be one of the easier schedules in the NFL last year. Well, not looking like it right now, folks. Right now, the Lions got the 8th hardest remaining schedule. Of course, our luck. It is our luck that this happens. At Dallas Cowboys versus Miami, tough games. Versus Green Bay, tough game. Chicago Bears, not as tough. Giants, tough. Bills, tough. Jaguars, better. Jets, tough. Carolina, sucks. Chicago Bears, easier. Green Bay Packers, tough. That's a tough schedule. And the Detroit Lions has got to improve from last year. I don't know how this is going to happen. It's going to be difficult for the Detroit Lions to get a lot of wins in the remaining games. It is what it is, folks. That is a terrible schedule when you look at it. I have the Lions getting a max of 4 wins. I think 3 wins seems reasonable for the Lions. I think you probably split with the Bears and maybe get Carolina. I think that's what it's going to be, in all honesty. And I know that sounds horrible. That sounds like I'm a hater of the team and I don't believe in the team. Well, I just think the other teams are better, and I really don't believe in the defense. I think it's scheme, players, injuries, coordinators. There's all sorts of issues there defensively. I think we have some problems throughout the team, but this defense is going to be hurting the Lions, and it's going to be difficult to beat teams as talented as we've seen on that schedule. The Green Bay Packers is not what we thought they were, but they're still better than the Lions. They still got Karen Rodgers. In the upcoming videos, we've got videos dropping every single day. Tomorrow, video. Thursday, One Pride Podcast. Friday, video. Saturday, I'm going to chill out, watch some college football, and enjoy it on my couch. Sunday, Lions versus Dallas Cowboys live watch party. So get ready for that. It's going to be a fun show. With that said, folks, adios.